happy Sunday. Welcome back to Brunch with DESB. I have missed you guys. However, my camera didn't. Just a little TLDR. I do not have video today besides this because I went to go set up my camera just now and it's dead. Mind you, guys, I charged it all night, but the on button was on. So I think it like charged, although it was like dead, but it was on, so it couldn't charge. So anyways, happy Sunday. You're gonna have to bear with me today. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse of how cute I look today. Just kidding. I actually also just got done working out and dancing, which we're going to talk about in a second. But I did just at least want to show face because this is how 30 looks. This is how 30 is looking. And also, speaking of looks, we're going to be talking about looks today as well. Okay, so I love you guys. I do have my brand new Hydro Jug that launched yesterday. X Wally cases. If you guys have never tried Wally cases, you should. You can actually use my code DESB10. I forgot I had a code for them. And you can get 10% off their cases. They're cute. I will say they don't fit in a tripod. So if you're someone who uses a tripod, that part's annoying. You have to take off your case, but it's a really cute case. They have a lot of options now. So anyways, I love you guys. Bye for the video, and then we're going to keep chatting. Okay, toodaloo. Bye. Okay, love you so much. Love you. Okay, so if you just saw that, yeah, that's my reality right now. But you know what? I deserve to just sit in a chair, honestly, like right now, and not worry about like looking at you guys, because it has been quite the past 2 weeks, guys. All right, I'm officially 30. I came back from my vacation, and let me just start with like recapping the vacation because I know you guys are nosy as fuck. The Bahamas. So we stayed at the Atlantis resort. We stayed at what was called the Reef. Let's just say we started by getting there on my birthday. In that same night, someone was murdered on the beach. All right. So the trip started out hot. All right. You can actually look it up on Google if you want. It is. So the story goes like this. This family from, I think it was Maryland or something, Washington, was on the trip, and this is hearsay. This was what I saw on Facebook, but the son was 26 years old, 23 maybe. He was spitting on some of the waiters at a restaurant on the resort, and so he left dinner, but the family says he left dinner because he said he wanted to grab a jacket. Okay, so I'm not sure if the whole spitting on the waiters and stuff was real. Okay, I don't know if there was actually like a heated exchange, but he left dinner only to never be seen again, and then found on the beach April 6th, or should I say April 7th morning, I believe. Mind you, they had just arrived 12 hours prior to the resort, and he was found on the beach. The authorities and the resort tried to say that the cause of death was drowning. This man knew how to swim. Okay, this man, the mom said his teeth were beaten in. He was black and blue. This man was fucking beaten and then thrown into the water to where, yes, he obviously then died of drowning, right? There was foul play. So I hope justice is served in whatever way it needs to be. I don't care if you were spit on as a restaurant worker. I don't care if you were told that you did a shitty job serving them. That's not rights to like kill someone. Now, what just the pieces I put together personally was like, okay, did XYZ from the restaurant go, hey, go beat this motherfucker, right? And then he died because of like one of the employees. That's kind of like where my mind went, right? Because it seemed calculated, right? It seemed, shall we call it, maybe like premeditated, right? So I don't know, but that was what we started out with, guys. So turning 30 and someone else lost their life. It was fucking terrible, to be honest. Other than that, though, the resort, the pools, the vibe, the food, the drinks, all really good. I will tell you, it was fucking expensive. Okay, any resort, any vacation is, right? That's what you budget for. And that's why we did this for purely my 30th. We have not gone anywhere as a family besides like Florida, which I know Florida can be a luxury to a lot of people, but like ours, like Wyatt's dad lives there. So we genuinely only pay for flights down, right? That is a much more affordable trip. That's just as much as us paying to go camping somewhere you know what I mean? By the time you spend the money, stock up the camper, rent a campground site, it's just as cheap because we have family there. Now, going to Atlantis was really expensive. Was it worth the expense? I would argue kind of. Listen, it was worth it. Wyatt and I both walked away and were like, did we enjoy that trip, right? And at the bottom line, absolutely. Absolutely. The room was nice. The beds were comfortable. It was easy. Everything was walkable. We packed perfectly. Okay. We enjoyed the trip. Then I looked at Wyatt and I followed up and said, is this somewhere where we would go yearly? You know how families, well, I never did because we were poor, but some families do XYZ every spring break, right? Oh, we go to Mexico every year. Oh, we go to fucking Hawaii every year. Yeah, I can't relate, but would we go to Atlantis every year? Because honestly, the flights weren't that expensive and they were a direct flight from Chicago for us. So pretty easy to get to, honestly. It was a 3.5-hour flight. Not bad with kids. But then we both looked at each other yeah, probably not. At this point, Atlantis checked off the list. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. We're done here. I would recommend it to any family. It was very family friendly. There was a lot to do. We didn't even see the whole resort, when we were there for 7 days, 6 nights. But just be prepared to spend a lot. It was not the most cheapest vacation you can go on. That's for fucking sure. Don't regret it. But I'm not going to sit here and be oh my God, save all your money. It's such a cheap location. Everything was just so expensive once you were there. All the food, all the drinks. Dude, an espresso martini was $19. We drank as much as we could because we then went to the grocery store and got some alcohol from the local grocery store, but everything on site was expensive. So anyways, I don't want to bore you too much with that, but I do feel it was my due diligence to review my trip. I would recommend Atlantis, but I would argue for a special event, an anniversary, a specific birthday, squat up with your family and everyone get rooms together, something like that. The kids slept so terribly. I also want that to be very transparent. Guys, Evie was up all night. Mind you, she came home, slept through the night. She fucking hated it there. All right. She was the best baby during the day. You would not even know she was there. We did no naps in the hotel room. Everyone just napped at the pool. It was so clutch. It was just relaxing. We put the umbrellas over them, made sure they were lathered up with sunscreen. Everyone napped outside. It was fuck it. We were outside all day. It was awesome. But nighttime, dude, I wanted to die. It was very tough. We were all in the same room because we didn't feel comfortable with the boys being not near us, just with hotel room doors and the sliding glass doors. As much as they're locked, it was just we were uncomfy with it. So everyone was in the same room. The boys didn't do that bad, but bro, everyone was in our bed. And luckily we had a king bed, but dude, it was so uncomfortable. Evie was up for sometimes stretches of an hour to an hour and a half. I don't know if it was her belly. Was she just in a new place, uncomfortable? It was wild. I was who is this baby? But also she was in our room. So smelling us, knowing we're right there. I don't know. She's not stupid anymore. You know what I mean? She's 9 months. But she did start crawling while we were there. Very few and far between. She'll use her 2 legs and then she'll just army crawl. But still, she is getting from point A to point B. I'm fast. We cannot take our eyes off of her. So my baby's growing up. She's also sitting up by herself, pushing herself up to sit up position. She is chowing down all the food. She reminds me so much of Maddox. It's just comical. But yeah, she is thriving. So 30th birthday, amazing. I felt so loved. I just felt this renewed sense of self, and it sounds so cheesy because it's just another year. But I think reflecting back of the past 10 years, I really didn't even think I would be doing what I'm doing now, and it's so funny because a lot of days I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like I am, quote, successful. And I really try to shake myself of that mindset, but it comes over me, right? However, that quote that's remember when you prayed for what you have now or something like that, right? Or you didn't even know what you would have now that you would have type of deal. And that's what I keep resting in. I didn't even know what I'm doing was possible 10 years ago, you know, and like, here I am, and it's just cool. And you know what? Life's going to continue to take me different paths and experiencing different things. And I'm ready to like let go of those expectations that I had in my 20s, you know, like I think when you grow older and as your frontal lobe fucking develops, you start to just value different things more, right? Like in my right now, I am healthy. In my right now, my kids are healthy. In my right now, my husband is healthy. In my right now, my family is healthy. Like literally, I could be poor as fuck. And if I am healthy, I am grateful, you know? And I don't know if that's like an age thing. I don't know if that's we see so much negativity and so much heartache online nowadays that it's like, oh my God, I'm just so grateful to be healthy, you know? And dude, life can change so fast. And we actually had a family member, I don't want to give away details. It's just, you know, it's intimate, but we had a family member undergo a emergency open heart surgery, double bypass surgery. It was supposed to be quadruple, but they got in there and it was only a double. Thank God, you know? And it just reminds me how precious life is. And how you could just be chilling one day and the next day your heart is opened up and they're performing surgery on you. And this story was crazy because this family member was asked to go to a free heart scan. This doctor where this person lives does like free scans, and it's paid for by like research and stuff, right? Because they just do these scans for free to offer like extra details for like research purposes. So this person and their family member was like, dude, let's just go. You know, we know our heart history. We know our family. Just like, I know we're both fine, but like, let's just go. So this family member was like, yeah, you know, okay, fine, whatever. So they went. Mind you, it wasn't even a routine scheduled scan. This one person told the person, hey, we should just do it, right? Like, fuck it. I'll pick you up tomorrow. Yeah, fuck it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? When they get there, the doctor was like, what the fuck? You have multiple blockages. You need to get in the hospital right now. We have to do surgery. You need a stent right now. So they go in with a probe or whatever to do the stent. And then the doctor's like, oh, fuck, we have a bigger issue here. And that's when they then had to go in for open heart surgery. So if it wasn't for that random fucking cardio scan, call it, this person probably would have died because they would not have known there was a single thing wrong, and it was a fucking ticking time bomb. Because this affected like the widowmaker. And if you guys know what the widowmaker is in the heart, if the widowmaker becomes a widow, they ain't fighting by themselves, baby. You're gone. You are gone. So just after that experience this past week, 2 weeks, call it, and just entering in a new sector of life for myself, I was like, damn, you know, as long as I have my family and I have my health, I am rich. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I am successful. So I hope you guys can adopt a new mindset leading into a new year for you, or even just start to like see those things differently, because shit happens and you oftentimes always say, oh, it never happened to me. It won't happen to me, until it does. And, no bueno, you know? So anyways, hope you guys are having a great Sunday. What a good way to roll into the beginning. We talk about death, more death, and then death. So anyways, this past week we had Coachella, which I don't want to sit here and like recap any outfits, but my point is the views were different this year. Okay. We did see a lot of celebrities out. We saw a lot of celebrities popping. I didn't really see a lot of my OG, like Instagram girlies. We just see a lot of like TikTokers, which is fine. It's just a new wave of like celebrity, you know? And my goal is definitely still to go to Coachella at some point. But honestly, like on a scale of Coachella to other music, I think I'd much rather go to like EDC. I am like an EDM girly at heart. I probably got introduced to EDM my freshman or sophomore year of high school. Every New Year's, my dad would take me and my sister to an EDM concert. Kind of funny. Like, I don't know why we did that. It was always in Chicago and it was New Year's. But playing sports, I always loved EDM music. So it's like, it like pumped me up, right? So we would always go to like all these different places in Chicago for an EDM concert. And most of them, they weren't really like raves, okay? They were genuinely a concert. You sat down, you had a seat. It was safe. But I just continued to fall in love with EDM. And I've really only gone to 2 EDM festivals. And I think if I were to choose my like, where I would have the actual most fun, I would definitely say EDM, because the thing about electric dance music is you don't even have to know the lyrics. You don't have to know a specific song or what the drop will tell you. Like, it's always just surprising. And you don't have to like sing along with the words. You don't even have to know who the artist is. It's all about the feeling of the music. And I love music so much. Like, music is so healing for me, and especially EDM music. So with that, I ended up shuffling again. So it's kind of funny how this happened, because the last time I really shuffled was literally before I got pregnant with Maddox. I mean, I could almost tell you the date. It was in February of 2020. That was the last time I danced. After that, I gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, lost weight. And I was just like, no offense, like I just felt way too big to like dance, right? Like I'm fucking pregnant, or I'm like newly postpartum. And then before you know it, I was pregnant again. So I listened to this ultra set on YouTube. If you look up Zed, like if you guys know Zed, Z-E-D-D, Ultra 2025 Miami, he has his whole set on YouTube, right? So it's an hour of nonstop Zed music. I put it on one day at the gym. I literally don't know why. Actually, I do. He played at Coachella, and he played, I think it was Clarity. And all the comments were like, why is like the crowd so like quiet? Like, I would be screaming. I was like, oh my God, me too. So it got me back on this train of, you know, Zed, probably one of my favorite EDM artists. And I listened to this set for an hour, and I was running to it. I did my whole workout too. I was like, holy fuck, I miss the way this music made me feel. Usually I actually listen to podcasts during my workouts. I know it sounds weird, but I really do. I don't listen to music much until I do like my runs or my biking or whatever I do for cardio. So the other day, literally like 4 days ago, I put on Zed's music and I went into like the posing room, which is like a very, very small studio, because at my gym, we don't actually have a studio, which kind of sucks. But luckily it's getting nice outside. I can dance outside, but regardless, it was a studio. And I just put on music and like started going. Like, I was like, okay, do I remember any of the moves that I used to do? You know, like whatever. And I felt heavy on my feet. I didn't feel like super agile. Didn't feel super like hot, you know, like I was like, okay, this is going to take some coming back to, but I recorded it anyway. And I posted it. I was like, listen, low key, this is fucking cringe. I can't even believe I'm like sharing that I'm doing this again. But it's so important to remember that like anyone is always cringe when they start something new. No matter what it is. You want to fucking crochet. You want to learn how to paint better. You want to become an artist. You want to make music. You want to start singing. Like, you don't just always have the raw talent. Even if you have like an underlying talent, like, oh, I can tell you'll be good at that. You still have to learn to be good, right? And so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to post it. So I've now danced 3 times, 3 little sessions, like maybe 20 minutes each. And not only did I forget how good of cardio it is, number 2, I just forgot how fun it is to challenge yourself to learn something new. And especially when it revolves around, for me, one of my favorite things, which is music. It's EDM music. It's drops. I can feel the music fucking move through me. Like, I always wanted to be a dancer, but my mom never let me because I had sport practices. Like, it was either sports or dancing. And I knew like I was more of a sport girly, right? So being able to revisit this now in my 30s is super fun. And like I said, I've only done it 3 times, but like the weather's clearing up. I can go dance in my garage, or I can dance on the sidewalk. Like, you fucking wait till you see how fucking good I am by the end of summer, bitch. I'm going to be floating on the concrete. Call me a concrete angel. Concrete angel. That song is traumatizing. That song traumatized me. Okay. So anyways, that's an update on me. Number 2 update. Can we talk about SHERBERT-GATE? Okay. Sherbert Swirl came out for Alani. Okay. I finally taste tested it. I'm telling the girls, oh my God, Sherbert Swirl. This one girl on TikTok, Sherbert Squirrel. I was fucking dying at that TikTok if you've seen it. Sherbert Swirl. Okay, cool. Someone comes back, they're like, do you know it's sherbet? Sherbet. It's not even spelled that way on the can. I said, what the fuck? I grew up with Sherbert. What are you fucking talking about? So I go to the can, go grab my can out of the fucking trash. Lo and behold, it says Sherbet Swirl. SHERBET. Sherbet Swirl. What in the fuck? What in the fucking Mandela effect just happened to me? Because no, it has always been Sherbert. Okay. So anyways, then I go to look it up and it says that Sherbet and Sherbert are like, one's more like maybe American pronunciation. What's like more British? I don't know, whatever. They are technically interchangeable. I think Alani chose Sherbet because they wanted it to be talked about. I think that was a fucking marketing move. I'm telling you, I don't think they said, oh, Sherbet is the proper way. No. They wanted you to think about it. They wanted you to look at the can, grab it, and then go home and take a video with it and say, hey guys, this can just came out. Look how it says Sherbet. Who grew up saying Sherbert? Like, that's all marketing, baby. That was a ploy, okay? But technically, it is Sherbet. Who grew up saying Sherbet? If you did, you are not well mentally. You need to check in on your parents. Like, are they okay? Why are they teaching you to say Sherbet? Who in the who? Who? What are you, a fucking owl? Name that movie. Wolf of Wall Street. You're absolutely correct. So anyways, SHERBERT-GATE, it had me swirling. No pun intended this week. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're saying, are you team Sherbet or fucking Sherbert? Get for real. Last story we have. Oh my God, dude. Someone sent me this the other day. It pissed me off. Brittany Dawn posted, oh my God, I cannot stand this girl. I'm so sorry. Like I am a hater. Proudly, I am a hater of Brittany Dawn. I am so sorry. The way that she treated other people was terrible. I don't stand by that. I hate that. Therefore, I do not respect her. I am a hater. Okay. Someone messaged me the other day after listening to my episode and sent me one of her recent posts, which by the way, I made it very clear in past episodes. I wish her the best as a mother. There is no way I would ever wish her the worst as a mom, right? Like, oh, I hope your baby blanks or I hope you blank. I would never, ever, ever. Okay. This purely comes from a surface level of her fitness journey and like what she did to other people. And then she rebranded as this like big Christian. I cannot. It's just a cloak. It's a blanket to say what she did was okay and then lean into a new sector of people who have no idea who she was before. So anyway, she made this fucking montage. Listen, guys, I didn't even listen to it all the way or like read what it said. But basically she said in her caption itself, she made like a huge montage of like who she used to be and who she is now. And I do believe she's changed. Okay. But you don't just get away with what you did and still not be held accountable for that. She tried to say she tried to say in the video how like she was delivered into like a new form of herself. She went through body dysmorphia and eating disorders, whatever, and used these words instead of saying, oh yeah, I scammed hundreds and thousands of people out of money. But no, she was delivered. She was delivered. I can't. If you are listening and you are a Christian because you love the Lord, your Christ and Savior, happy Easter. And I wish the best for you. I honestly, this Sunday, check on me. I might be at church. All right. However, if you are using religion to cover shit that you've done before and just try to make it sound like, oh yeah, I'm better now. I don't like you for that. Sorry. Like that's not okay with me. And that pissed me off. Okay. So those are kind of my update stories of the day. Few different launches. We had HydroJug launch yesterday with Wally cases. I kind of already told you in the beginning, but really cute new like floral prints. You can use code DESB for 10% off, honeys. As always, we have a lot of new HydroJug products continuing to come out too. I'm really excited for this new chapter for them. Please use my code. Keep supporting me. I appreciate more than you know. New Petula launched. We had Peak launch. Now, a lot of stuff, few things actually sold out, unlike Petula. But you know what? This was a limited drop, and Peak was something that has been requested to come back. It's not like they knew how it would do. So if you want anything, highly recommend DESB, 10% off. I will also give you a little 411. We do have the semi-annual sale coming up, or biannual sale, whatever it's called. I think it's a biannual sale. huge savings, although it will not include the comfort launch or the peak launch. Okay, so if you want to go buy peak right now, it's going to be the same price. But there is a big sale coming up and you don't want to fucking miss it. Okay, DESB will also save you an extra 10%. So when this sale comes and you got stuff for like $10, you better be using my code and getting that extra couple bucks off. Okay. New Paragon is also available. We also have a new launch coming up. It's called, oh shit, I just lost it from my mind. It literally just left. I went to go say it and it just left. Let me pull it up real quick. No, I remember. It's called Coastal. It is, guys, it's so cute. The colors are great. We have new styles. We have skirts. Oh, I'm so excited. We haven't seen skirts since 2023. 2023, if you guys remember like the golf skirts that came out. Oh my God, they're back, but like renovated. I'm so excited. It's going to be really good, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm really, really digging this. And I'm so excited to see what the summer has for all the companies that I work with, because I will tell you, I know a few sneak peeks from a couple brands, and my panties were in a fucking bunch in a good ways. LOL, in a good way. I am very excited to see what we have going on this summer. And my favorite launches of the year always come out in the summer. Like just the colors, the energy. You guys know that is me. You know,
this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. I talk about BetterHelp a lot, seeing as that it's benefited me in the past 2 years. Some people think, maybe, things have to get really bad until you can go to therapy. You're like, I'm not depressed. Why do I need therapy? But really, therapy is a tool to where you're using it before things were to get worse and to avoid being at your lowest low. I don't know about you, but why the fuck would you want to get to your lowest low before you climb out to the top again, right? BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on your camera. You don't have to wear pants. You don't even have to put on pajamas. You could be naked wherever you're at and do a therapy session with your therapist. So for me personally, I like to put my AirPods in. I'll walk around my desk room. I'll go for a walk outside when it's nice out, whatever it may be. And that's what works for me. It is customizable and it is more affordable than most in-person therapy. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. And girls, don't forget to get on BetterHelp.com/DESB and put in that discount code. If you forget that, you do not get that 10% off your first month. And that is the deal with being a listener of Brunch with Desb.
And so like, I'm so stoked to see like where we get. It's going to be so fun. I will tell you that. Okay. So I'm really excited. Get ready. All right. We do have, some DBFT news a little bit. We do have a 5-day trial for my membership now, which is super exciting. You can sign up at any point and then like, you just have to cancel before the 5 days. No offense. Like, it's just like any membership you sign up for. Okay. Like, you have to put in your card information. You check out. It's $0, but it will charge you after 5 days. Guys, this is how every membership ever works. Okay, I'm not the first one to do this. Like, I'm sorry you have to put in your card information. Like, that's how it works. That's how fucking Apple TV works. That's how Hulu works, Netflix. You have to give card information because they give you the trial and then they charge you. There's no way I can change that. And honestly, it doesn't make sense to have it any other way. So I'm sorry. 5-day trial. It's very clear, 5 days, and it says after that you will be charged. You have full opportunity for 5 days. Use the app, try a few different programs, do some workouts, see what it's about. And if you love it, awesome. Or if you're not sure, no offense, also give it a month. Give it a month. You'll spend $29 at Chipotle on a random Wednesday, but you won't spend $29 to fucking better your health for a month? I can't relate. I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm not asking you for $500, guys. It's $29, even if you just do it for 1 month, right? See what it's about. Give it the month. A learning curve comes with anything, especially when you're learning an app and stuff. It's not going to, you're not going to walk on there and know exactly how to use every feature. You give it time. Give it time. go slow. Okay? Oh my God, we all just live life so fast. Remember what it feels like to like learn things? Like just woosah, you know? Shit. Just chill. Just chill. Just let it be, okay? So we had a few good TV shows end in the past couple weeks. We had White Lotus finish, which, spoiler alert, the finale was actually so good. That was a good 90 minutes of TV. There was a lot of loose ends not tied up. Like, okay, why did the robbery matter? Like, don't care. Like, what about the incest thing? Like, okay. A few different other things, even just, you know, the whole Russian thing with like Valentine and whatever. But when Chelsea died, like honestly, a part of me died. Like I did not see that coming. I was incredibly sad. And then also the whole Piper thing with her not wanting to stay in Thailand. I was actually shocked. I thought she was going to stay. And it was funny how she came back to the revelation of like, what did she say? Like, I'm a princess or something like that. I was dying. And then when they were on the boat leaving that family, I thought that the dad was going to get his phone back and there was going to be a text. Hey, like your case is thrown out or something. Like I thought it was going to be just like, oh my God, I don't even have to tell my family, but I just ruined my whole vacation freaking out about it. But they actually have to go back and face the world, which was kind of crazy. So, and then he almost killed his son. Like, oh my God, the amount of therapy that dad needs after this past week is going to be crazy. But I guess he'll find it in prison. So that was a really good end of the season. Was it a good season? Honestly, no. Like, I'm sorry. I ended up liking some of the characters, but the overall season was very slow compared to season 1 and 2. And I still stand by the fact that like season 1 was like top tier, 100%. We also saw The Last of Us return. Thank God. So we've only had one episode of that. We have episodes every Sunday. So I won't necessarily be reviewing it with you guys because it's just like an odd time frame. But really good first episode. We have Dina who came on the scene. Now, I've never played the video game. Wyatt has. So he kind of knows like how the season ends, or I'm sorry, like the episodes go because he's played the game. I have not. So this is all new for me. Dina has entered the chat. So like she's also like gay. They were like making out by the end. They're both on patrol though. We found a new form of kind of zombie. Like it's almost like pre-clicker, a little bit more self-aware. So I'm really scared for that. That's going to be a whole new thing that's entering the chat, which is exciting. And we have new episodes every week. If you've never watched it, it's on Max. It's a really great show. Like it's super good. Very realistic of like a post-apocalyptic type of energy, without it being too like triggering. Like it's not like too scary and too real. Now we want to talk about scary and too real. It's fucking Handmaid's Tale. Okay. That show / series is the most what if that happened type of thing. And honestly, it gives me anxiety. I'm now 3 or 4 episodes in. My anxiety has eased a little bit because I think I've really just continued to remind myself like, Des, this is based off a book. This is not real. It would take a lot of fucked up shit for this to be real that we would very much know before it would happen. Okay. Like, let me just say that. Also, guess what? No offense to you bitches who are elsewhere. I am so close to Canada, baby. I'm running for the border. I will be fine. You know what I mean? So I rest easy in that. Anyways, it's a crazy season so far. It is also the last season. So we're finishing up with June really continuing to lead the revolution of anti-Gilead. And then now her husband is like Luke is kind of stepping his pussy in there too. And he wants to fight as well. The only thing that's really bothering me is like June is like forgetting about Nicole / Holly. Again, same baby. Let's just call her Holly because that's what they're referring to her now. And the fact that June found her mom again. So she found her mom, leaves Holly, who is also a piece of Nick, who she still very much like loves, you know, like in a weird way. It's almost like June has lived like 2 lives. Like, so for her to be in love with 2 people, like I actually understand because like she lived 2 completely different lives. It's almost like being severed. So why would like, I know she wants to fight for Hannah, but like the thing that's really sticking with me is like Hannah doesn't know who they are anymore. And last time she saw June, Hannah didn't want anything to do with them. So you're going to risk your life to go get your biological daughter, which again, listen, I understand. I would probably do the same thing. But like, what about your daughter now who like knows you and loves you and loves Luke and like is, I don't want to say moldable, but you know what I mean? Like that's your like baby. I don't know. I'm just like, oh my God, I swear to God, if June dies, like I'm done, honestly. Like if I were to call it right now, I think I think Luke dies and I think Nick dies. I think both of the men she loves die. I don't know about the rest. I could also see her dying. I really could. Like I could see her sacrificing herself. And Hannah and Luke are the only ones left. I don't know. But let me tell you, I'm scared. Okay. We're 4 episodes in. We have 10 total. Last episode airs May 27th. So we are in for a ride still throughout the next, call it month and a week. But we'll see how it goes. So that is the last thing. Now there's like 2 things I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the kid influencing documentary with Piper Rockelle. And I also wanted to talk about like looks and like beauty standards. I think I'm going to save beauty standards for next week because this is a whole segment like on its own, like the beauty standards aspect and like what I'm kind of feeling and what I'm seeing. Like I really want to chat with you guys about it. But let's save that for next week because that's going to be like quite a task to talk about. Okay. But I did want to still cover the kid influencing. I think it was called on Netflix. It was called Bad Influence. And it was a documentary about Piper Rockelle. So Piper Rockelle, she's 17 right now. And she started on the internet when she was like little. Her mom was a single mom. Her dad wanted nothing to do with her. And so immediately upon Piper being young, she was put into pageants, which I totally get it. I think that there is a level of confidence, skill set, communication, stage presence. There's a lot of things like pageants as a young girl can really instill in you that usually you do not learn until you're older, And so I'm not against pageants at all. Now, I don't like dressing girls up, making them look like they're 20. Like, I think there's a boundary of like teaching a pageant or like, things like that without like sexualizing them, right? Like, I think there's a way it could be done with a little bit more taste. However, that was not the case for Piper. So her mom put her in pageants. She started doing pretty good. She danced, and she was just a cutie patootie, right? Just a cute little girl. And obviously in pageants, you can like earn some money too, right? So at the end of the day, a struggling single mom, I get it, right? Like make a little bit of extra money. And if your daughter likes doing it, like, fuck yeah, like it didn't seem like she was forcing her. So before you know it, Piper gets this breakout role on like a dance show and continues to do some of that. She's making more money. She's now in the limelight and really starts kind of blowing up from being on that show. They're obviously then still getting paid. At this point in time, Piper's like maybe 8. Like she's still young girl. I mean, think about yourself at 8 or 9. You didn't know what the fuck was right or wrong. You know what I mean? Like you had no idea. So she then got invited to be on this like YouTube. So like YouTube launched, was it like 05? I think YouTube launched. It was like low key not that long ago. Okay. And, YouTube launched and Piper's mom, Tiffany, wanted to like do a YouTube channel for her. So she's doing these, videos on YouTube. She's like on this, it was like a YouTube show, maybe, is how they explained it. And so she was like a character on that, kind of doing a little bit of acting, whatever. And so Piper's mom, Tiffany, was then like, well, we should just do like a YouTube channel. Because she's seeing all these up and coming like YouTubers and vloggers, people like, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, honestly at the time, probably like Ruby Frankie, all these people doing family videos, Savannah LeBrant, Cole LeBrant, Savannah and Everly, is it Everly? Sorry, I have a cousin named Emberly. So anyway, Everly, doing videos. So like she does it. So then she's like on Musical.ly, she's doing YouTube, and then all of a sudden within the span of a year or two, it becomes bigger than you could have ever thought, right? Piper's mom specifically, Piper doesn't understand this, right? She's like 9 or 10. Piper's mom is making so much money, $100,000 months and more. And then she starts creating a little bit more, I guess I should say she starts creatively directing more. right? These videos aren't just vlogs anymore. They are storytelling. They are prank videos. They are day in the life videos. They are unboxing videos, whatever it kind of is, right? It's something that kind of catches your eye a little bit more. So she's doing these and she meets this guy who becomes their editor and quote on-screen brother. So it looks like it's Piper's brother when in reality, Piper doesn't have a brother. So then the mom is actually like fucking this dude, right? He's like 19 or 20 and her mom's like, you know what, probably in her 40s. I think she had Piper decently young. And so, you know, they're fucking, they're hooking up. Piper has obviously no idea at the time. And the guy starts managing her videos. And then they start almost like hiring backup dancers and hiring backup cast, if you want to call it, right? So that all of a sudden they have like this little like vlog squad, right? Like David Dobrik, like Team 10, like the hype house of TikTok, right? You have these group of people who kind of feed off each other. And it's kind of with like one ringleader in mind. So at the time, let's use COVID, Charli D'Amelio, right? She's the ringleader. Then you had Addison Rae. Then you had Dixie. Then you had Noah. Then you had Bryce. Then you had all these other fuckers, you know, whoever else. And that's kind of what Piper Rockelle did. So anyways, as she continues to grow older and so do these kids, they're making so much fucking money. Tiffany's making money off them making money. And then they start doing like really weird sexual shit, like kissing each other, like, oh, you guys should make out. Mind you, these are minors on TV. And the interesting thing about this documentary was the statistics that came with how many viewers are typically male, right? Just because you have a quote kids channel doesn't mean your average viewer is a fucking child. Right? I think we can look at any family vloggers and know that a majority of their users are adult people, right? And so it just got so messy, and it gets even messier because now real time, Piper is 17. She cannot speak on this at all. She has defended her mother through and through, even through sexual assault allegations of the mom touching the kids and more. And what did they get? They tried to take this to court. They all got a split of, I think it was like 1.8 million they settled. All of them got like 163 grand in total. That's it that they got back for not just sexual assault, I won't even say potential, for sexual assault, also sinking their platforms, blacklisting them. So they get like no views, no engagement. No one sees their shit anymore. Their reputation low key on YouTube is like torched. And they've never been able to do what they want to do again. Now, a lot of the girls and even the guys who were on there, very openly express their hatred with the internet now. You know, they're like, things would never be the same. I don't even want to get online anymore. Like, again, these are kids that are just now like 18 or not even, you know, and they have this much, I mean, it's traumatic. It's traumatic. And the thing about the money piece as well is like you have these families making hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars a year, not knowing what to do with it, not really thinking, oh, this could end, right? So they don't like put it anywhere. They don't invest it anywhere. They just maybe spend it or they go buy a new house because it's like, oh my God, we have this money we've never had before. And then boom, it's all taken away from you. It's all taken away. So then like this lifestyle you were living even for a couple of years that you never would imagine you're right back to being exactly where you were. And then all of a sudden you're even more depressed. You're upset. Like I can't imagine. And so putting this in the hands of this mother, this momager, Tiffany, she has fucked up everyone around her. Her own daughter is still fucked up. And now her daughter is like pairing and matching up, maybe doing a collab. I think like this is the newest breakthrough of this. She's pairing up with another girl, I think, that does Brand Army, which is kind of like an OnlyFans, except you can be 13 to make content. But in order to have a Brand Army account to subscribe, you have to be 18. How ass backwards is that? So you can have 13-year-olds making content, but in order to look at it, you have to be 18. How does the math? How does that work? So anyway, she paired up with someone on Brand Army that I think is a very, very much a sex worker type of creator. And remind you, Piper is 17. And if you go back and look at Piper's Instagram even, it's just so sad. And like, listen, at the end of the day, could this be what she wants? Maybe. But I think if she, quote, does want this, I think it's because she doesn't know she has other choices. Piper Rockelle never even went to school. Her mom never even sent her to public school. Piper has limited to no knowledge of anything outside of YouTube, metrics, analytics, likes, posts, edits. Like that in itself is a crime to me. To look at a mom who chose to not send their kid to school and just make them make videos, to me is a crime. Now, the only person that reminds me of that is Emma Chamberlain. Emma Chamberlain dropped out of high school to make YouTube videos. I believe she was a sophomore or so. But she made that decision after having some form of education. At the end of the day, you could always go back and get a GED. Like, you know, I know plenty of people who actually have dropped out of high school. Like, I get it. Okay. A lot of people got pregnant. Like, it happens. But at least she had elementary to almost, you know, most of high school education. To not offer your kid an opportunity to learn in a public setting or homeschool, whatever you want, that's fucked up. To me, that is taking away a part of their rights to learn, to educate, to have education. Because what do you get when you're not educated? You get manipulated. Right? Like, you have no idea. And so it just broke my heart, dude. This docuseries, it was well done. There was a little bit of some like just filler stuff where I was like, okay, like nobody cares. Overall, though, it was so eye-opening to the world of influencers who utilize their kids as their primary source of content. And as I've continued to raise my own family and have my own balance personally of content, the more that I'm like, yeah, that's nasty. That's gross. That's not okay. There's a fine line between making your post involve your family, because guess what? I can't hide my family, right? Anyone else on the internet, you can't hide that you have kids, right? Like, so to include your kids, make them part of your content here and there at your own comfort level. I think there's a boundary. But I would think anyone listening to this that we know the boundary between using your kids for continuous monetization and using your kid for maybe you want to call it education. Like when my kids are in my content, for the most part, either number one, it's just like a cute, like little, like I love being a mom, and like that's totally fine. Or maybe I'm like doing a workout and I'm showing how I do it while they nap. Or I'm showing a day in the life and like how I'm making my food and balancing parenthood, right? Like I'm not making it about just them as individuals. But when you have like certain things just revolving around your kids, that to me is like, there's just a line, and I know it's blurry and I know it's fuzzy, but that documentary, if you guys take time to listen to it and watch it, it helps you understand where that line can be crossed. And like, I think of kids nowadays, some kids, like you ask them, what do you want to be when you get older? They say YouTuber, you know, they say TikToker, like they want to be on the internet. And I think at some point, like, let's encourage our kids to do that, right? Like that's okay. Like we understand now what they could do by being themselves on the internet and showing up authentically, if that's, you know, a goal for themselves. But don't allow them to make certain choices of what their content is and not be watching what they're doing. Like, I'm sorry, if my 15-year-old daughter, 16, 17-year-old daughter is shaking that thing in a fucking thong bikini or in whatever it might be, no, like we're not doing that. Like there is certain lines as minors that should still be walls up. And I don't know, dude, you hate to be a hypocrite, right? Because I'm like, I'm also not in that position yet. Who am I to talk about it? But it's like, I couldn't imagine. Like, it's one thing to be out on the beach and post a bikini pic or be at the pool with your family and be in a bathing suit. I get it. But to purposefully make like sexy content around that is scary. Like, it's scary for a girl. And now having a daughter, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I mean, listen, I'm raising young men that are going to respect the fuck out of women. Okay. But I still got to worry about raising a woman to remember that men better respect her, you know? So if you guys have watched it, you'll have to let me know. What do you think about Piper? What do you think about her mom? Like, I think her mom deserves to be in fucking jail or pay a lot more in fines and shit, especially selling Piper's underwear without her consent. What? I don't know, dude. Profiting off your kids like that is crazy. And you know what's sad is when Piper gets to the point where she goes, oh, like I'm by myself or whatever. Does she even have access to her money right now? Like, it makes me think of JoJo Siwa. JoJo Siwa is obviously like in charge of her own money now, but like, has Piper even been able to ever just like use her own card? Does she have an allowance? Is her mom even putting money away for her? I don't know, dude. It's messy, and it's really scary because you have these kids who have put in, especially Piper, say that she's put in over 10 years of work on the internet, 12-hour days and more. Call it being a child actor, and then you walk away and you have $0. You just worked 10 to 12 years of your fucking life and you have no money to show for it yourself because your mom fucking stole it all from you. Yeah, scary. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Let me know what you think. Send me a message, send me a DM, comment on the YouTube, comment on the Spotify. You can actually comment on like the episode on the podcast. Let me know what you think about the whole Piper Rockelle situation. Like, literally justice for Piper. Like, I hope she heard her friends on that documentary who just simply wanted to help her. Like, this was not even them hating on her. They hated on her mom, don't get me wrong, but like with full respect, and I understand why. It was a cry for help. They want Piper to come home. You know what I mean? They want to help her. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Fun episode with you as always. I'm sorry you couldn't really see me the whole time, but it was nice just kind of like sit down, honestly. So thanks so much. I love you guys. I'll see you next Sunday where we're going to talk about body, looks, filler, breast augmentation, life, vibes, weight loss, all of the things. We're going to talk about body expectations and what is body positivity anymore. Guys, okay? Love you guys. Bye.